Oh, you finally caught me. Been a long time, people. It's been a very, very long time. Been what, 3 months? And none of y'all bothered to text me or ask me like, yo, when are we getting a new video? None of you wanted to text. Anyway, welcome to the channel, people. It's Samir's journey. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. You know, I've always been trying to come up with a new intro, like how to start the video instead of saying this all the time. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome. Like, I need to find the creative way, but you know, I always make up a way, then later when I'm like, it's not working, it feels a bit, you know, uncomfortable, corny. Like, yeah. So the last time I talked about YANGO, just at the beginning of the video, I told you I'll make a video about the regulations and all that stuff, but this is gonna be the video. I know it took so long anyway. A lot has happened since then. I made that video, what, about 4 months ago? I checked the app, it was about 138 days and some hours ago. That's like what? 4 days. No, not 4 days, what am I saying? 4 months, I think, and some days. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I'm back. So now I'm going to talk about the regulation part and everything. And from the title, I'm going to tell you what's happening and what we're going to expect. So from the title, you know what it's going to be about. We're saying goodbye to these ride-hailing services because they broke the law. So let me explain. There's something that's called I was forgetting the name, the Public Passengers Association of Zambia. So what this does, it's for most of the drivers, the public transport drivers, the bus drivers, the taxi drivers, and all those people. So according to the Constitution of Zambia, for you to operate a bus, a taxi, or any public form of public transport, you have to have a license, a road service license. But the RATSA, Road Transport and Safety Agencies, are guys who issue these licenses as well as the driving license, all that stuff, everything to do with driving, whatever, they issue the licenses and the permits and everything. So these guys didn't issue the licenses to YANGO drivers when they began and all these ride-hailing services. So what happens is this association, the Public Passengers Association of Zambia, now chooses to, what they do, they sue YANGO and they sue RATSA because what they're doing is against the law. So they get sued. But I don't know if it was really profitable. And the goal of these guys suing the YANGO and RATSA is so that they can eradicate the ride-hailing services here in Zambia. I mean, it's just, you know, this industry is quite new. So these guys were doing it so they can eradicate it, like get it out of the system because it's messing with their money. And you know what happens when someone messes with your money? You mess them up or make them disappear. So that was the plan that these guys had. They're like, we're going to erase these people, get them off the planet and, you know, get more money, you know. So that was their main goal. Their main goal when they were suing these guys is to make sure these services are permanently banned everywhere in Zambia, so these guys could maintain the kind of money they're making. But that's not what happened. So what happens is then these YANGO ride-hailing services drivers just had to get these licenses issued for them to operate, and yeah, they did that, and problem solved. Excuse me. Oh my God, I've become addicted to this energy drink, the Cambofoto. I think it's the caffeine. I'm a fan of the caffeine. And the flavor, I like the sour sweet flavor, whatever. But I'm not sponsored by this shit, but I just like it. Yeah. So these guys get the licenses and everything goes back to normal. Then, you know, YANGO, they've expanded to other provinces. Okay, that's mainly in two. If I'm not wrong, they're in the Lusaka province and then the Cambofoto province. They operate in both provinces. So that's what's been happening. And these drivers are complaining because their livelihoods are affected. For example, the taxi driver works for someone else. Maybe he works for a company or something. And those guys have a set amount of money the taxi driver has to make in a day. Let's say if he has to make like 1,500 a day, then his bosses will be happy. If the bosses ain't happy, he's not happy and he might not have a job the next day. So that was mainly the main issue that was really going on. You know, the money. Someone play with your money, it's not funny. Oh, yeah, so that's what they've been talking about. They've been talking about their colleagues in the industry, the ordinary taxi industry, getting fired because they're not making enough money to satisfy their bosses and everything that's been happening. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's what's been happening. Check my notes.
One eternity later.
Ulendo or ride-hailing services drivers, whether it's Yango, Ulendo, Zamcap, and there are so many now. I've lost count. Like, yeah, they want these guys to have road service licenses so they could operate. That was their main goal. So these guys have them. But it really sucks for these taxi drivers, right? You know, they're really taking advantage of people. Oh my God. They're really taking advantage of people. You know, like it's like there was no, things were crazy. Let's say I just go in, where you're going is like 3 kilometers from here. But the price you be paying, let's say you're paying 150 kwacha for that 3 kilometer thing. It's not, it's crazy. It's crazy. The price is crazy. But now I just go on the app and the prices are quite reasonable. Let's just be honest. If those guys weren't taxi drivers, I'm sure they'll be using YANGO too. They wouldn't be like, oh, let me go for the most expensive option when I can take a cheaper option. You know, just be reasonable. But anyway, if they can't beat them, join them. It's easy. So that's all for this video, people. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And let's not forget, when we reach 1,000 subscribers, there's a giveaway happening, so make sure you get your people to subscribe to the channel and share the content. Anyway, I'll catch you on my next video, people. Peace. It's been 5 minutes.